It's finally happening. I am finally, oh my gosh, trying the Rare Beauty liquid blushes. You guys, I feel like this is a momentous moment. Very, very recently, Rare Beauty came out with 2 new shades of their liquid blushes. One is in the shade Warmth and one is in the shade Virtue. And when these like launched a little early on the Sephora app, I just decided to go for it because one, they're more neutral colors, and also I just was nervous these things were gonna sell out. I just feel like Rare Beauty stuff sells out, man. It is like hyped. It's like the definition, I feel like, of hyped up makeup. Like anything viral, anything hyped, it's like the whole Rare Beauty line. So I picked up both shades. We're gonna be using those today. I also have some other new makeup we're gonna be testing, so I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Let's just get into it. I really cannot wait to get those blushes on. Color-wise, it actually kind of reminded me of some Danessa Myricks liquid blushes I have, so I might compare them. But first, let's like get a base on. I'm gonna go in, I'll zoom in a little, just a tiny bit. This is from Glow Recipe. These are new, the Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops. I bought these myself and then I did get them sent to me. And I've used these a couple times. It's not our first impressions and I don't know how to feel. I wanna really love them. I don't dislike them, but I don't know how well they like control my oils and all that, so no thoughts yet. They definitely do blur a little bit. They take some shine down. They leave you with almost like this powdered matte, like a soft powdered matte finish. And maybe I'm just using too much. Like maybe I need to be a little bit more diligent about like a pea size or something, because I tend to go ham, but this is what it looks like. You can already see some of that mattifying happening. And so I do like that. And I do find that it helps with pores. I just remember my first impression not being that the best, I guess. But then I've also used it other days and it looked amazing under my foundation. So it's just been a tricky one to really pin down how I feel about it. I'd love to know if you tried this, your favorite ways to wear it. What do you do? What are your thoughts in general? Let me know. For foundation today, nothing new. I'm just using the foundation that like matches me. I don't have a lot of foundations that match at the moment, so I'm just using this Purlisse one. This is the Ageless Glow Serum BB Cream, and I have it in the shade Light. It's super glowy, but it has really good coverage. And again, I am just a little bit more tan because I've been getting outside more, and I can tell in all my foundations that they all don't match me. I do really like this foundation, but I am just kind of trying to use it up. So I don't know what it is, but all the Purlisse / Yensa foundations tend to look really great on my skin. I'm just going for a light coverage today, so I feel like that looks so good. It always looks just so skin-like and just dewy on my skin. It just goes on so nicely. Some thin or like oily foundations, they just, you know, you guys know how it goes with foundations and me. Today for concealer, I'm gonna go with this one from Dior. This is also usually out like the tiniest bit when I'm the most pale, just a little too light, but I feel like it's also been working. It's a little bit yellow and it does have a lot of, like a little goes a long way with this one. So I'm just gonna tap out with my fingers, and this is definitely gonna give me a little bit more of that perfected look. Okay, before we get into the blush, we have another new item here. Okay, tell me why when I ordered this frickin' face hack is what they call it. I actually think face hack's a great name for it because a hack usually makes things smaller, shorter, easier. Look at the size of this. Tell me why this is so effing tiny. This is $18. When I ordered it, I thought, oh, that's a pretty good price. Like $18 for a little cream bronzer. Let's try it out. I've tried a few things from Freck Beauty. I tried the blush from them in the past, and I was willing to try this little thing out. And when I say little, I mean it. This has 0.13 ounces of product, 3.8 grams in it, which is like nothing, okay? Which is like nothing. What? But let's just get it on today. I'm telling you, when I opened this, I was shocked. And to me, the Milk makeup, it's like, these prices seem pretty good, but then when you look at the actual amount of product you're getting, you're like, what the absolute hell is going on? You know, it's like, if you're actually using these items daily, you're gonna go through this like in a summer. Not even, oh my gosh, like in a month. It's crazy. This is the lightest shade in the shade Fair, and it's supposed to have neutral undertones. Like, this is just pocket makeup. It's like when Sam saw it, he was like, oh, it looks like a USB little thing. I was like, yeah, it kind of does. Shrinkflation is happening in beauty products, you guys. It seems like prices are decent, but then they give you only, 3 grams of product for a bronzer, and you're gonna go through it in like 4 seconds. Now, in some ways, I enjoy being able to try things for a better price, but also that is just so, I don't know. We need to do some makeup math. If you've been here since makeup math, that's a long time ago. I just don't know how to feel about it. Let me know what you guys think. Like, part of me likes being able to get makeup at a cheaper price, and you guys all know, and I test a lot of stuff. I use a lot of different things. So the amount of product isn't necessarily a deal breaker for me, but when it's this small, it kind of feels like the value is so little. Like, how long is it even gonna last me, Color-wise, let's talk about that. It's very yellow. And it's very light. I mean, it's giving me definitely a bronze. It doesn't at all like kind of double as a contour for me. It's definitely bronzy, and I feel like it goes pretty yellow. I was a little scared actually putting it on and also in swatches, but blending it out, it looks pretty good. Like, it did give me that bronze kind of color. So we'll keep testing it. I'll probably come back to you with an empties video letting you know how this went. It's like a chapstick. It's like the Hourglass, they used to have those iconic lipsticks that were in packaging like this, but they were lip products instead. This is like the small version of that lipstick. Like, oh, here's the point perk for your birthday version of that lipstick. That's what I paid for, $18 in this. It's just so fucking tiny. Anyway, let's go on to blushes. Let me give you some swatches. This first one is Virtue. This is the warmer one. And I already swatched these once, so when I put these on my cheeks, I'm gonna make sure to not use too much because this pigment goes on and on, or so it seems. Like, I think it's gonna sheer out nicely, but it's also gonna definitely be there. So this one is Virtue and this one is Worth, and I'm gonna give you more of this kind of a swatch. They're very similar, very, very similar. One's just a little more mauve-y and one's a little bit more like orangey, burnt, and warm. I did pull out, like I said, those Danessa Myricks products. These are the Vision Flush. This one's Bread and Butter and this one is Ballet Slippers. So not exact, but I just feel like they're in the same family. Like, they felt like these like definitely pigmented and not super brown kind of neutrally shades. I think I'm gonna go with Virtue at least first. We'll see what happens. I'm literally gonna do one dot and go from there because I've never done this before with this brand and I don't want to overdo it. We can always add more. Oh yeah, one dot was the call. Well, a little goes a long way. It's a really pretty color, but even that almost feels like more than I would want. It's leaving like a sheen, and I actually expected this as well. And that's also why it reminded me of the Danessa Myricks, because it's almost like, I don't want to say oily, but it feels almost like a dry oil cream kind of consistency to me anyway, which is interesting. I definitely want to keep testing it out and seeing how I like it because this is such a freaking crowd favorite that I really want to know my thoughts on it. I want to test it, I want to know, but holy crap, this is a lot. And I still didn't do that much. I like cleaned off the doe foot on this side. Definitely pigmented. I'm gonna try probably next time I use them to put some on my hand and then go in, even though I would prefer to just be able to go into it on my skin straight up, but I'm gonna use my sponge and just kind of beat back some of the color here in the front so the blush isn't like overtaking my entire face. I mean, that happens often enough, but I definitely like that, just a little more tamed down. Overall, the color is definitely pretty. I do like it. I'm excited to get the rest of my makeup on because blush is like that where it can feel super overdone before you have everything else on, but once you have your brows on, your eyes done, it all kind of falls into place. So definitely want to see what it looks like then. And I will say too, with this formula, maybe some of the brighter colors are a better idea. Like, I think that it might suit them nicely. So let me know if you have any best practices or things you like to do, how you like to use the Rare Beauty blushes. Let me know. All right, for highlighter, I have two options here. I have this Diamond Bouncy highlighter from Lottie London. To me, this is kind of what I was wanting. Like, I've talked about wanting the Makeup by Mario. I think that might not be a cream though. This is definitely a putty, but also the Diamond Balm from Fenty. Even those Stila highlighters, this is kind of that thing. So I kind of want to use that, but similar to that, the new glitter puck from Half Magic is so pretty. If you didn't see my whole video talking about the Magic Nudes collection that just dropped from Half Magic, it's up, so go check that video. But I've used this a couple of times since that video, and I really have been loving the sparkly highlighters, you guys. The Half Magic one definitely seems like it's going to be a little more intense, so I think I might try the Lottie London one just because I haven't yet and I want to. It is so, so pretty. I like destroyed mine because I filmed a little short with it, but it is so pretty. I hope that it looks how, oh yeah. You guys, sparkly highlighters are coming back. At least my love of them is coming back. I am so into them. I just love that like wet shine look, and when they're in neutral colors, I feel like, I don't know, they still kind of look natural. I know they don't, like, you know, let's get real, but I just feel like the shine they give is so pretty, and it's like a wearable, easier way to wear actual glitter and sparkle, and I'm so into it. Like, this looks so pretty. And I think it might be the perfect color to put on top of the blush because it does have a little bit of a kind of peachy, you can see their base to it, and I think it blends into the blush pretty nicely. I know sparkly highlighters are definitely not for everyone, but man, and even for me, they weren't for me like a little bit ago, but I'm feeling them. I'm really feeling them. And I think that Lottie London one is beautiful. I think it's time to do brows. I'm gonna use my Persona Swipe Up Brow Gel in the shade Cool Brown, as well as a little bit of the Rowan pencil, and just get a nice little shape going. All right, brows are done. I am so excited. We have so many fun cream shadow options, you guys. That is what we're gonna focus on for my eyeshadow. I don't know if I wanna go neutral today or if I wanna go a little bit more adventurous, but I have some Jones Road Beauty cream shadows. These are new shades in the Just a Sec eyeshadows. They sent these out to me, so I'll get you some swatches. I also have swatches of these on my Instagram at the moment. So this one's called Baby Pink, very, very like a champagne baby pink. The other two are the ones I really like, and I have worn, I believe, Taupe, Cool Taupe, which is this shade here. Oof, you guys know I love a cool taupey color. The formula on these is kind of like a putty, but also kind of like a mousse, and they have a sheerness to them. So they definitely give like a wash with a lot of like very small, fine, multi-dimensional shimmers in them. They're really pretty. And then I find you can build them up also. So they're just very like delicately pretty. I definitely feel like you need to know it's going to be more of like a wash, but if you're down with a wash, which can be so pretty, I think you might really like them. I did find that they creased, so I definitely want to try it with like an eye primer because I just went straight in with these thinking they might settle down, but I did get some creasing. But otherwise they're so stunning. Very like that kind of like luxe satiny, but a little bit more than that kind of finish if you like that kind of finish. So those are an option, and those were PR. Then Kulfi, which is a brand I've wanted to try, they released some cream shadows, and I initially bought two, and then State of Kate was talking about them, and I saw the one she picked up on Instagram, and I was like, okay, I want to get those too. And honestly, one of the shades I ordered, I realized was the wrong shade. So anyway, I ended up with 4 of them, is what I'm trying to say. So how could I not get this one, you guys? This one is called Chalo, I think is how you say that. And it is a chartreusey kind of duochrome. This is summer to me. You guys know I put a color like this in my palette, which I should have mentioned this at the beginning. I'm so bad at promoting my own palette, but I just went and grabbed it. But this is my Sea Talk palette, and it did restock because it did sell out, but it is restocked. This will be the last restock, and obviously no pressure, you guys. I never want to pressure you, but I do want to be transparent that once this batch sells out, that will be it. So just in case you wanted it, it is available on the Oden's Eye website, along with the Flora Story palettes back in stock, as well as Buddy Jean's palette, the Planet Spirit palette. So yeah, check those out if you're interested. But okay, this color, I brought that up because, oh, I love a chartreuse. Hello, I love a chartreuse. So I had to get this color for sure. This is like a goldeny green. I just feel like as a wash of color, this is what I feel like summer is. So I'm very tempted to use that, but I also just feel like this blush is a lot. And also, you know, it just feels like a little, I don't know, I want to say kind of oily on my cheeks right now. Maybe it's the Lottie London product, but I almost feel like it's the Rare Beauty blush. Anyway, let me just show you the other colors. I also got Bronze Brocade. You guys, I haven't swatched this one yet. These are like a moussey jelly kind of consistency. Oh, that is so pretty. This one's definitely more pigmented. The chartreuse color is more sheer, which I like. It's like more of a wash of color almost. So let me get all of them swatched. This one's Sitara Sparkles. Okay, that one is stunning. It's like a cooler rose gold with like a little bit more of like a mauve purple thing going on. Stunning. And the bronze as well as this one have a little bit of like a sparkle running through them. Ooh. All right, and this is the one I accidentally bought. I probably wouldn't have bought this one if I could go back, but they're only online, so I didn't want to return it, and then, you know. It's Auburn Aura. There is that one. It's like that maroon color with a little bit of orange on the fringes as you blend it out. You know the shade. We've all seen that shade. But really stunning. There's also a blue. It's the only one I don't have. Part of me kind of wishes I got it, then I could just swatch all of them and you could see them, but yeah. That green though, that green. Let's just put this on, right? If we don't like it, we can always just do something else. I do think I'm gonna prime my lids though, because I put a little concealer on them and I just wanna, I don't know, give it a little chance. These are supposed to lock down though and not move around, so that's really nice. Like that is a part of the claims of the formula and I am excited to test that out. I feel like I should also like have a little bit of a transition or crease or something. Let me see what I have. I feel like bronzer always comes in clutch in these moments. I'm just gonna run a little bit of that in my crease. Nothing too much, but just kind of to give something on my lids. I just think it will perform better and just look a little more finished. All right, let's go in with finger. Oh, I can't with that color. It is so stunning. It's like, it looks like acid. I love that. All right, here we go. Oh, it is pretty. It's giving like that sheer wash, which is beautiful. You guys know I love this look though. I've literally done this look this year already using the green from my palette. I think this would also, I mean, I know I put down that base, but I don't even think, you know, I think it looks good with it, but I think it would look good on its own still. I just love the way this kind of color looks. Like it's just like a sunshiny, just something interesting. Sunshine look to the lids. I realized I have not powdered at all, and I do want to do that, so I'm just gonna powder a little bit. I'm using the Huda Beauty, and I think that might help too with that kind of heavy feeling I'm having. All right, I feel like that blended out so easy, so nicely on the lids. Again, I feel like I could probably build it up even more. I like the kind of, it's not super sheer, but you know, kind of that semi-sheer look. But let me just see. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm gonna add another layer and just see what we can get. Okay, so there it is. I feel like it maybe picked up on a little bit of like texture on my lid, but not too much. Nothing that I would not wear. I just thought I would note. But honestly, just stunning. Like so stunning. I'm very, very into that color. And I'm happy to say it like performed exactly how I hoped, how I wished. Oh, and it's like this subtle duochrome. Like it just has a little bit of something going on, something kind of electric. Okay, I'm glad we went with something fun instead of the neutrals, although I cannot wait and I'm sure I'm gonna get honestly just as much joy out of those. I'm trying to think of the next move. I need a little highlighter on my brow bone. I decided to go with this Natasha Denona Glow highlighter because this is just like a satiny kind of highlighter. It doesn't have shimmer and I thought it would look nice. And I'm using one of Angelica's brushes from Singe Beauty to dust that on. All right, I really like that. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of a wing. I'm gonna go into my palette. I'm gonna take the Driftwood shade. I like that it's a warmer brown. And then I'm using this really small little brush from BK Beauty, the 208. And I'm just gonna make a tiny little wing. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Getting them even, absolutely impossible. Okay. This look is so awesome. I love it. I'm adding the tiniest bit to my lower lash line of mascara. All right, I think the wing was the right choice. Like, I'm really into it. And I feel like this color goes with the blush. Like, oh, I love it. It's like glossy, glowy summer because I'm looking like really tan right now. At least to me, I'm like, damn, what happened? Let's do lips. I'm gonna line my lips. I got different lip liners during the Ulta sale. They were doing half off of the Urban Decay lip liners. And I thought, you know, I have been really into the 24/7 eyeliner formula. I just think it is so good. I feel like for a while, I don't know if I thought it was overrated or what, but it's amazing. So I was like, maybe I'll like the lip formula. Although I'm a little nervous. We'll see if it's too creamy. But let me tell you the shades that I got. This is the Naked 2 shade. So that's Naked 2, really pretty. This is the shade Peyote. It's actually not nearly as like creamy in the same way that the liners are, so that's actually really exciting. And then I got the shade Liar, which is over here. So Liar is definitely dark. I think Naked 2 is gonna be my best bet. So let's see how this goes on. Oh yeah, that's a good color. That is so pretty. Okay, I'm excited to keep trying this. It's a little more glidey of a formula, but it's not so glidey that it cakes on a lot of product. And I'm assuming this is gonna like lock down more like how their liners do. But we'll see how I actually like that, how it wears, all of that. But some pretty colors. I'm excited actually for Liar's more of like, for me, it's gonna be looking like a 90s lip, and then Peyote is a little bit softer and it almost has like a little bit of a shimmer running through it. All right, for lips, I thought that I would show you guys the Nabla lipsticks again. These are the Jelly Shine lipsticks, and I did a couple different shorts and stuff on this, so you might have seen that. I think I'm gonna use the shade, I think you guys all told me it's Loose, I think is how you say it. It's L-U-Z. And I was saying, let's. Oh my gosh. I know. I'm so sorry. And then I also have the shade Blooming, which is this beautiful like red. And these are glossy, really pretty. They're a thicker formula, thicker than I expected them to be. But I do find that they wear nice. It's just they tug a little if your lips are really dry. Like you kind of have to like go back and forth, but if you do that, it's nice. So I think I'm gonna use the Loose shade, even though Blooming is what I would a lot of the times do with this type of look. Like I love a chartreuse with a cherry red, any kind of cherry red, super red, a toned down jelly red. Like I love that, but I kind of want to try huing the lips neutral and see how that looks. These feel really plush on the lips. I love the packaging as well. Like I feel like it looks nice and luxe. These feel moisturizing and like the tiniest bit sticky, but in a way that's not annoying. It's just gonna kind of like last with you a long time. I don't know, I've been enjoying them. They're definitely different than I thought they were, but I do like them. I do like them. Let's see what we got going on. Ooh, I like this look. I'm gonna zoom us all the way in. This is the finished eye look. I love it. I only used that one cream shadow. I layered it twice, really, maybe 3, but really 2 times. And I think it is so pretty. I hope that it doesn't crease throughout the day. We'll see. I actually really like the wing with it. I think that color too, like the warmth of it all together pairs nicely. Yeah, beyond stoked about that. I love the lip with it, I think, as well, but let's zoom out and just see if everything kind of looks good. And I'll also give you guys a little recap. So let's start with the blurring drops. I'm on the fence. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. I don't know. I don't know if they work well for me long term. Like on their own, sure, but long term under things with makeup, I don't know if they're super effective. Freck Beauty, what the freck? Seriously, what is this? I think the bronzer looked okay. I'm not a big fan. It's cute. Maybe it's a little too far for me. Like the cuteness factor, the amount of product for the money, I don't like it that small. It's too small. That's how I feel. Like this isn't a travel size. This is the size. And you know, I compared it to the Freck blushes because I'm telling you, I was shocked when it came in the mail. So the Freck Cheek Slime blushes, they have 0.84 ounces of product or 24.9 milliliters in them, which I would say is kind of a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like maybe we could go down to like 50, 0.5. But for this to be, let me remind you, 0.13 ounces instead of 0.84 ounces. This is $18. The blush is $26. Like when we're talking about the amount of product, what the heck? What the heck again? 24.9 mil in the blush. And this is 3.8 grams. Again, the liquid to cream is not a good ratio there, but still, we have the ounces and it's just so tiny. It's just, if you were going to somewhere where you needed the tiniest bit of bronzer to touch up, I guess it works really well for that. Really loving the highlighter. This Lottie London highlighter is so pretty. Just in general, loving those sparkly highlighters. I love the glitter puck as well. Just to give you some updated thoughts on that since I've been using it even more from the first impressions in the Half Magic video. Loving both of those, and I can just tell that glitter neutral highlighters are like calling my name right now. Rare Beauty blushes. I mean, I think my look looks beautiful right now, and I was using a more glowy foundation than normal because I needed it to match me, so maybe that's part of why, you know, it was feeling a little bit oily, but I'm definitely gonna have to keep you guys updated. I definitely want to keep using them, and again, if you have like your favorite ways to wear these or how you like to use them, how you don't get too much, whatever, all that, please let me know down below. But I'm excited to finally be trying those because they're everyone's favorites ever. All the cream eyeshadows I am loving. This color is so unique, so stunning. In a cream shadow, I just hadn't really seen a cream shadow like this, especially one you could get at Sephora. And I just think I'm so happy it like delivered. I feel like it totally delivered exactly how I thought it would. So I'm so happy for that. I really hope it wears nicely, and I'm so excited for the other colors as well. And then kind of different, but still super exciting, I am enjoying the Jones Road Beauty. These are for a more subtle, everyday, kind of like no makeup look, subtle beauty look. Like you gotta like that kind of style and those types of shadows. But if you do, I feel like these new additions, Cool Taupe, Cool Brown, you guys know I love a cool tone, so those are exciting. And I saw some pictures of the shade Icy Pink, which was already in the line, and that looks really beautiful. I might try that one out. Urban Decay lip liners. I'm hoping that I like these. I like them kind of more than I was almost expecting to initially, so that's exciting. And then last, the Nabla lipsticks. I'm really happy with the two that I have. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick up more. I don't feel like I love them enough to be like, I want every shade, but I am really happy with the purchase so far. And even though they're different than I expected, I still think that they deliver on what the Jelly Shine is. It just, maybe the ads were a little misleading. Maybe the ads gave it more of like a serum, wetter shine look, where these are definitely not wet feeling on my lips. But again, I do like them. I like that they stay on my lips a long time. So yeah, I definitely give these still like a thumbs up. I enjoy them. Anyway, those are all the new products. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you've tried any of this stuff, any of your thoughts on these things. What do you want to see more in depth, more tested? Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you're doing well, and I hope you have a good weekend. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.